Hiya, how you doing? Have you done something fun yet? Well, let's do something fun together. Like, have a go at this gingerbread mould that I bought about, I don't know, something like 2 and a bit years ago, maybe. Sorry, high squeaky voice, yeah. So a couple of years ago. I've never actually done it. I really wanted to do it this year, so let's have a go. That's the sides and the roof, and then this is the 2 ends of the house and a lot of other bits and pieces that came with it. As you can see, I have made a start because I've already recorded this intro once and then realised I wasn't recording, so here we go. But I've made a few bits. That's Hansel and Gretel. And I think this is meant to be a crow, but you know, it's Christmas time, so it's a robin. And I managed to do this by, I just put a little bit of UV resin, red UV resin in. First of all, just a little bit by here, and cured that, and then I put a little bit of white on top of it just so that it went around the outside, cured that, and then put this lovely brown colour on, and I think it looks lovely. I might felt tip in some black for the nose and maybe a little black eye, but other than that, I love it. And then I made the Christmas trees. Now I wanted to make one dark sparkly and one a bit lighter sparkly, but I did the wrong blimmin' bit to the wrong tree, so we ended up with well, these. I still think they look lovely, but I might redo them, I don't know. And I used UV resin on those as well, and they did absolutely fine, so yeah. Now for my, what's supposed to be the witch, I believe, and I think the old lady in these stories always got a bad rap, so I've done her a pretty purple with a nice silvery cape. So here we go. I've just finished taking her out of curing. Oh, I like that. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah. Good boy, Magnus. Good boy. So, yeah. I think she looks sweet. Now, I started filling in because I was deciding what I wanted for the colour scheme. And obviously most of this I'm going to be using 2-part resin and not UV resin. And I've decided to go with, this is just the light shining through the windows, but I've decided to go with red round the heart with green little sweets on the top, and then green round everything else with red sweets on the tops, and green round the door frames, and yeah, and then I'm just going to do a clear pour, I think, with maybe a tiny little bit of glitter in, you know, the really fine, like this glitter, I think, maybe, I don't know whether it'll even show up or not. I'm hoping it will, just a little sparkle at least. So yeah, I think I'll just do clear with some of that in. And you've got this one as well that's got the side walls, which has got the window, and then you've got the fireplace, obviously, with a cooker, and some more windows on this side, and then you've got the roof. Now on the roof, what I'm going to start off, can't say that word, what I'm going to start off with doing is putting some UV resin, just white, just where the snow would be, and then I'll fill it in with, I think think I am going to do a solid colour for the roof. I'm not 100% sure. I might do a solid colour with some of this inside for the roof. Roof. Why can't I say that word? I don't know. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. What's about to Magnus? I'm alright, everything's fine. You can go back to bed. I think he thinks I've gone off my trolley when I'm talking to myself. I think he's wondering who's here. But yeah, so that's what I'm planning on doing. I think what I'll do is I'll come back once I've done all the intricate bits, because they're really hard to show me you doing them and doing them well. So I'll get those done and I'll come back when we're about to do the big pour. Okay, so see you in a second. Okay, so a couple of hours later for me, not too long for you. I'm back and I've coloured in all of these, as you can see. Let's look at it from this side. Looking very pretty. Don't know if you can see it very well, but I've done the tops in green and then the rest in red. Oh, and I've just taken off some of the gold. I'll have to sort that out in a second, but yeah. And the little divots, as you can see them, they are outies at the minute, but they'll turn into divots and those will become red once I've done the pour, and that's all set. So the roof and the rest of it. Here's the roof and the two sides. I've got one last bit to do on that side, but I'll do that in a second. And this is what they're going to look like from the other side. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay. So I am going to do a brown, a sort of gingerbread brown, but I'm going to do it really see-through-y, like this, like I've done for this bird, so that you can see through, because I want to be able to see through to the images. Obviously you don't want them solid. And on the roof I'm going to put some of this in it, because I think that'll look wicked on the roof. Okay. So I'm just going to put some black over the top of this red, because I think it needs it. I'm going to try, there are tiny little divots in here that are poking out at the minute, so it's really hard to get colour on them. Once I've done, and these ones as well, which I'm going to put red on once because once this is set and it's pulled away, those outies are going to be innies, if you see what I mean. And that's when I'll put some of the red UV resin into them. But I'm just going to put some black over the top of this. But I wanted to show you what it looked like before I did that. So it's really simple. All I do is I use one of these, tap it onto your mat, and then rub it back into the little lipstick applicator, and then let me just check you can see it. I just gently rub it where it needs to go. So that all the background you're going to get the black. Yeah, I've just put a few bits, so I'll just make sure they go in there and not all over the place. Okay, yeah. There we go. So the background of that now looks black. I hope. I think so. And then I'll cover up the little marks with little divots with the red once it's all set, and I've pulled it out, and then you just simply wipe away the excess powder and you're sorted. Right, so here we go. I've done the other panels. I'm just going to do these now, and I've mixed up 100 mils of each, so probably too much for this. I'm hoping maybe just enough, and I've put some brown colourant into the mixture. Right, okay, I thought as much. I need to maybe pop something under there. And maybe something into this one. Not exactly filling straight. Magnus is crying at the door, bless him. Not happy with me. It's quite late at night and I am quite tired and feeling a bit rough. But I'll survive, Magnus. I'll survive. Oh, there we go. Let's try pouring this and we'll see what happens. Oh, that looks pretty. I'm hoping I'm going to have enough. Do both sides. So we'll see, I guess. Oh, great. Just got a drip off that one. I might need to make up a touch more. And they're just great when you just didn't do enough. So yeah, I'm going to have to make up a smidgen more. So bear with me when I do that, because this just isn't going to be, yeah, this just isn't going to be enough no matter how much I spread it around. But I just wanted to coat that bottom bit first, and then yes, I've got rather a thin door that you can hear Magnus through, but he is protected, I promise you. Hiya! Right, I'm back. These are all now set. Yes, as you can see, I did have to pour extra into this one and added too much colour. But I actually prefer that. I wish I'd have done them all that dark, but hey ho. And I did some extras here because of course I did a little bit too much. Let's have a look how this one came out. Oh, lots of demolding. Yeah, Yes, you can hear Magnus eating in the background. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. Yeah. And then we've got this one. Oh. Oh, even that's quite pretty. Yeah, I like that too. Okay, so that's them. I'm sure I'll use them in a project at some point. Clean that mould up later. Here we go. That's a bit bowed out. I think I put too much in that in the end. But these all look fine. One thing about this mould I will say, I ended up having to set up, if you've got this mould, and I don't know how you've found it, but I needed something over under all the edges and a little something. I put these just in between. In fact, yeah, I taped two together and put them in just because otherwise they were going all over the blooming place. They were all running into each other, especially this mould in particular. These needed to be solid in between, if you see what I mean, to be able to cope with it. But anyway, here we go. Demold. Hopefully these have come out okay. Oh, don't stay in too much. I used Let's Resin 1:1. Oh, it's coming out lovely, I think. Please come out nice. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's come out wicked. I definitely do wish I'd have done it darker, but that's still really good. A little bit dodgy on the top, but that'll be alright. It'll be alright. Might need to sand it a bit, but it'll be alright. Okay, next one. And don't forget, I've still got to do some touch up with some of these. Yeah, this is coming off okay. Yeah, really pretty. Oh, I like that. Yeah, cool. So that's two. And then the roof parts. I still can't say that without it sounding weird to me. It's just one of them words, obviously. Oh, let's hope this all comes out. I'm hoping so. I'm just peeling it slowly. Fingers crossed. All comes out nice and pretty. Here we go. Oh, that's really pretty. I like that. Yeah, that's really pretty. Definitely like that. And here we go. Here's the second one. Hopefully it's all coming out okay. Yep. And that looks really good too. Yeah, I like that. Here we go. I watch a YouTuber called Lumna Acres, and whenever he's building anything or anything, he's a farmsteader, and whenever he's building anything, he always, oh, I like that a lot. Just made me think of it then. Yeah, that's wicked. Oh, that's really pretty. Yeah, the green hasn't come out too well, but it's okay. It looks good. It looks good. Alright, next one. This has still got a little bit of bend to it, so that actually might be in my favour. This one's still got quite a bit of bend to it, but there we go. That looks pretty. And then we've got the door. See how that comes out. Yeah, that looks pretty. And that, I think it's meant to fit in there. I think it's meant to be slightly open kind of thing like that. But we'll figure it out. And then I had extras, so I pulled this in as a cat. I was going to do a black cat, but a brown sparkly cat is fine too. Right, now comes the fun part of figuring out. Okay, do we do these like that, or do we do these like that? I think it's like that. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be like that to me. Hiya, how you doing? Well, here we go. I managed to get it to glue all together. I'll go through that in a minute. And I thought you'd see it set up. I really like it. It's so effective. It's really pretty. Yeah, I absolutely love it. It's going to make a wicked present. So here we go. I'm going to bring you down and I will explain what I did. Here we go. Okay, this is absolutely adorable. I love it. Right, let's move everything aside and show you how I did this. I've just put some twinkly lights in, some twinkly fairy lights in, and I've just literally just poked them in, look. Gonna take those out for a minute and show you. Right, yeah, I did end up having to put this on the outside. If you see, I've filled in all the tiny little holes, look, with some red UV resin. I think it really brings that out. I still think that should be on the inside, but never mind. And I attached the door. I'll explain how I did that. Yeah, let me bring you up a tad, see if this will stay. There we go. Right, so what I did, I laid this one down like this, and all I did was I painted some UV resin onto this edge, and then painted some UV resin onto the underside of this edge, and held it down in place, kept it at the right area, and then used my torch and just flash cured it into place. Once it stayed and it wasn't moving, then I used my big torch, my big nail art one, and I just cured it in place for 60 seconds. Once that was done, I started on this side. I did exactly the same thing, and then I added these edges. Now these didn't want to stick properly because I added them on the top, and I did the same thing. I just painted some UV resin on the underside of this bit and on the top of this edge here, and held them in place. But of course I'm having to hold them in two areas to keep them from slipping, and I had nothing to put any kind of pressure on, so I just held my torch down. And the same thing for the roof. Still can't say that word without it sounding funny to me. Now this one, as you can see, is right up to the edge. Yeah, it's right up to the point of these side bits. I glued this on. I did the same thing. I applied a bit of pressure using the torch while holding it in place. And then this one butts up to it. What am I talking about? No, it's the opposite way round. This one goes to the edge, this one butts up to it then. So that this one slightly overlaps it a little bit. But yeah, and then all I did was the same thing. Applied UV resin to the edge of the door frame and then to the edge of the door and just held it in place. And just held it in place while I did the torch. Obviously doing all of that I did put gloves on because, you know, you've got the I know, Magnus, it's okay. He thinks I'm doing way too much at the moment, and he's probably right, but I want to get this video and the next video done, recorded and on, so that I can take a little bit of a break over Christmas, but I don't want you guys to do without a video. So just trying to get two good videos done in time. Next video will be a bit of a simpler one and a shorter one. But yeah, so here we go. There's a couple of bubbles popped there, which I can fix easy enough. But other than that, I absolutely love this. Oh, I don't know what took me so long to make it. One of my relatives is going to absolutely adore this. So, yeah, that's my gingerbread house. I hope you liked it. If you did, please subscribe. And I'm just trying to build the channel so that, you know, I can afford more stuff to make for you. But having fun doing it, that's for sure. I wouldn't advise doing a YouTube channel just to make money. Do it to enjoy it. Do it with something you enjoy, and then, you know, the rest is just bonus. But this is definitely, it's keeping me going. It's something I enjoy doing, and interacting with you guys is really good fun. So yeah, thank you to everyone who subscribes and comments and all that jazz. It's really good fun. I'm really enjoying it. You're keeping me going. Yet another reason to get up each morning, which is always good. So yeah, I absolutely love it. Love it. Would I do things differently? Possibly. There's a few things I could have done differently, but you know, like these trees. I'm still not sold on these trees, but they're good enough. And maybe I might paint some details on these two characters, but for now, they'll do. I really like this little bird. There we go. Yep. Awesome. Thanks for watching. And that's everything. But before I go, the next time you decide you don't like the way someone looks, just remember, when you take away all the squishy parts, we're all just skeletons, aren't we? Try being kind. The results might just surprise you. Thanks for watching.